afternoon, good evening, or good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Upside Up podcast today. Can you still even tune into things?
No. Well, you can tune into the radio.
Tune into the radio? I guess so.
But this isn't a radio show.
Yeah, this wouldn't qualify.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm your host, Jeremy Nias. I'm joined today by my good friend and your co-host, Garrett Horn. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man.
Well, it's good to see you, buddy. We have a very exciting episode for you, one I've been looking forward to, and one we've had in the works for a while. We're joined by a very special guest, Sebastian Holstrom from Scandinavia. How are you, sir?
What is this thing?
This is a microphone. You're on a podcast. You listen to it there in Scandinavia.
Oh, the Upside Up podcast!
Yes,
yes. It's good to be here!
Yes, we're happy you're here making the trek here to America from Scandinavia. How was the flight?
Flight?
Yeah, the flight.
No flight. I rode a cargo ship.
A cargo ship?
It took me 3 years.
3 years?
No, that was a joke.
Well, it's a good joke, Sebastian. Today on the show, we're going to interview Mr. Sebastian Holstrom, and we're going to
I didn't get to say hello to Sebastian.
Well, then say hello to Sebastian.
Sebastian, it is so nice to meet you, sir.
It's nice to meet you, too.
Now that we've got all the pleasantries out of the way, we're going to interview Sebastian about his country and the differences therein from America. I think it's going to be really interesting. There in the middle, we'll have the Clash of the Wits. We'll answer some listener questions, and we'll have the best advice in the world. Before you turn us off, we do want to give you a quick little piece of information. Many of you may not listen to the very end of the episode. When you hear us giving the shout-outs, you may tune out. We have bloopers at the end of it. Almost every episode. I think we've only had 2 or 3 that didn't have bloopers. And Caleb puts in a lot of work to do that, so make sure you listen to that.
Yeah, I don't really listen to the bloopers all the time either, but they are hilarious. I actually go back specifically to listen to them. So
I love the bloopers. They crack me up.
They are probably the funniest part of the show, but I just, it's kind of an automatic thing when I listen to anything else. Right. When the music starts playing, I just turn it off. But
yeah, we'll stay tuned in that. Caleb does a lot of good work for us, so make sure to do that. One quick thing before we do the interview, the Clash of the Wits this time, we've heard good things from both Steven and Justin that their jokes are good, so I'm going to tease that up a little bit. Look forward to that.
Yeah, and we really need you to tell us who wins, because sometimes we have a hard time deciding.
Yeah, if you disagree with us, definitely let us know who you thought won. But right now it is tied 3-3, so this one will be the tiebreaker.
I like the pirate joke. I love the pirate joke.
The powder joke?
The pirate joke.
The pirate joke.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Justin is so funny.
Justin is funny. I couldn't get through your accent.
I mean, Steven is funny too, but Justin's pirate accent, that was A+.
His pirate accent is hilarious. I've heard people really enjoy that one. So, all right. Well, Sebastian, why don't you tell us a little bit what life is like in your country?
Oh, well, my country is in a very secluded part of Scandinavia. There's only 56, now 55. Poor Stefano, he just had an accident with a yak. So 55 people, 57 yaks.
Okay. All right. Well, what's the education like?
Not great. I mean, I'm considered wise in my country.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
That is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's rough, sir. Well, with such a small village, how many of the residents are your own family?
I have my mother, and my father tragically died when I was 5.
Okay.
Another yak incident.
Yeah.
And then, what was the question?
How many of the residents, of the 55, did you say, were your own siblings?
7 siblings.
7 siblings?
Yes.
Where do you fall in the lineage there?
I am the youngest.
The youngest, okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, you've mentioned yaks. Are they a big part of your culture?
Oh, yeah. The yak is everything. Without the yak, we don't exist. We depend on the yak for everything, but most importantly, the milk. And everyone in the village has a yak. I have my own yak.
And what's your yak's name?
His name is Zak. Zak the yak. And unfortunately, Zak is a runt. And so he gives me no milk, and he's too small to ride. So no milk, no ride, just companionship.
Well, we all need a companion.
That's a great story, man.
Yeah.
All right, Sebastian. So here in America, we just elected a new president of the United States a couple weeks ago. Donald Trump was elected.
Make America great again.
Yeah, there's mixed feelings about that, but my personal opinion is that he is much better than Hillary Clinton would have been. But you probably don't even know who Hillary Clinton is. Anyway, we were just kind of wondering, how are the leaders in your village chosen? Are they elected or what?
Well, in my village, we do not have elections. The man with the biggest yak is considered the leader. And Stephenson, he's been the leader in our village for 30 years because he cheats. He always steals the biggest yak, but no one wants to call him out on it. Well, Stephenson, I know your game.
Why doesn't anyone want to call him out on it?
Because he has the biggest yak. Duh.
I guess that would make
Jeremy,
sense.
he just told you the answer to that.
Yeah.
He's the leader because he has the biggest yak.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking, pardon me. Well, it certainly sounds like your way of life is a lot different than ours. Do y'all have sports there in your village?
We have the yak races.
Just yak races?
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
We're very simple people.
Is
Is that okay with you? Are you racist?
No, Sebastian, I'm not racist. I'm sorry. I was just surprised that was the only kind of sports that you have in your village. Here in America, we have an abundance of sports.
Way to make our guests mad, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sebastian. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Oh no, I am sorry. I am very sensitive about my country. We love our country and my country.
We love our country and our country too, Sebastian. That loyalty is important, and there's been a lot of talk in the news with the new election and everything, so I can definitely understand that.
Yeah, if you disagree with the liberals, you're a racist, but that's none of my business.
We got really political all of a sudden. On that note, let's pause here for the Clash of the Wits, and I think that we've got a good one this week. Steven, what do you have?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm glad to see the temperatures finally dropping. Do you know how cold it's been getting at night? It's so cold. The other night, I saw a Bernie Sanders supporter put his hands in his own pocket.
And we're still political. All right, thanks, Steven.
I do not get it.
Well, Sebastian, never mind. Justin, what do you have for us?
Today's joke is brought to you by Marco Polo, the Venetian merchant traveler. Marco Polo, take a look back at history. And now for today's joke. Who built King Arthur's round table? Why, it was none other than Circumference.
I don't.
Justin's was pretty weak this time.
I thought Justin's was weak too. I'm sorry, I missed the Marco Polo part.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I liked Stevens this week.
I like Steven.
I did not get either of them. Oh, but I have a joke.
What's your joke, Sebastian?
Why did the yak cross the road?
Why?
To get to the yak farm.
Well, Sebastian,
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. The jokes have been a little lackluster.
It is a hit in my country.
Is it?
Oh, yes.
Well, the jokes seem to be a little lackluster this week. Maybe we just missed them, Garrett. I don't know.
I like Stevens because it was a good transition from the political and it was funny.
It was good. It's like.
And it insulted liberals. Well, if we want to insult people, I mean.
It was like he knew that we were talking about politics. But I assure you, we do edit this show and stuff, but we did not know his joke before.
Does he have our show wired or something?
He doesn't. Well, he may. I don't know. Well, Sebastian, going back to the interview, are there any other villages near you? How do you communicate, assuming there's no cell service?
No village is really close to us. In our village, and of course we do not have cell phones, but so we just communicate by shouting. I'm like, "Hello, Stefano." Rest in peace, Stefano. But yes, we just communicate by shouting, and for really long distances we use smoke signals.
Oh, okay.
Smoke signals, yes, but it can be a little bit confusing because it can either mean the death of a yak or the birth of a child. So it can get a little awkward sometimes.
I can see how that would be.
Yeah, I can see why that would be awkward if you show up in celebratory and somebody's yak has died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it can get pretty awkward.
I would imagine so. That I couldn't imagine. I did hear of some of my friends that were in the wrong line they were at a visitation and they got in the wrong line. No joke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard this story, Jeremy.
Well, it was one of my coworkers that said that they got in the wrong line. And it was like, thankfully, they didn't get there at the. They didn't get up to the body. That would have been uncomfortable.
Yeah, that would have been awkward.
That would have been terrible. I can't imagine. Well, Sebastian, it's been really great to have you here with us. Do you listen to the show on a regular basis?
I listen as much as I can, but it's kind of difficult because we don't have a lot of internet access. We do have a small library that has 2 computers with very slow internet. But I listen to every episode. It takes me 4 hours.
Well, we're really thankful that you listen to every episode.
Does Zach go with you to the library?
He used to, but then he had an accident. We don't really talk about it, but we do call it the Yaksident.
That was a good one, Sebastian.
Way to go, Sebastian.
I love the sense of humor in your country.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. Well, Sebastian, tell us, what kind of music do y'all enjoy over there in Scandinavia?
Well, you might be surprised to know, because I heard her on the radio on the way over here, that we love Taylor Swift in my country. Tete. But I do have a question. Why is she called a pop star?
Well, I guess I've never really thought about it.
It actually stands for popular star, Jeremy.
Oh,
you didn't know that?
That's obvious. I guess I should have.
I think so. I mean, I guess I could be wrong, but I've always assumed that. So
yeah, that's probably what it is.
But my country loves Taylor Swift. But she has gotten away from my one true love, and that is country music. I love Randy Travis deeper than the holler. My love is deeper than... Okay, you get it.
Right. I think.
Yeah, that is a good song. I really like that song.
It's one of my favorites. I mean, you and I will probably sing it later.
We sing everything. So we were
sure
singing like Turnip Green, that Turnip Green song before.
We were. Yeah.
Corbin loved it.
Corbin was so excited. Well, speaking of Corbin is back with us, and we're really happy to have him here back in town for Thanksgiving. So I guess we just dated when we recorded this episode, but we're really happy to have you back, buddy. Joshua was supposed to show up and never did, so I hope he's okay.
It is nice to meet you, Corbin.
It's good to meet you too, Sebastian.
You have nice hair.
Thank you.
Well, Sebastian, it's been great to have you with us today.
It has been an honor and a privilege. I learned that here. But I do have a couple of questions for you guys.
Okay.
I have learned a lot in my time here, but I don't understand a couple of things. First of all, why do you have 4 bathrooms in your house? I don't get that. We have a hole in the ground.
Well, with 4 bathrooms, if you have 4 people in the house, everyone can go to the bathroom at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever had to wait in line for that hole in the ground? Well, it's the same way here, except we have a little bit more money, I guess, where we can spend a little bit more to have extra bathrooms.
Right.
And let me tell you, it's a nice thing to have.
Yeah, indoor plumbing is quite the blessing.
I will be glad when my country gets it, but it is still weird to have 4 bathrooms. Where does it all go?
Well,
that's another story for another day.
Yes, absolutely. Well, probably not another day. Let's not even just go down the road.
I'm still confused. But okay, moving on. Another thing is, no one here has a yak. And everyone drives cars. And I imagine that it's pretty different driving a car than riding a yak. I mean, riding a yak is pretty easy. But riding a car, I mean, you go pretty fast in those things. How do you control it?
Well, they are pretty dangerous. Probably.
Oh, I don't know how dangerous they are compared to yaks. Let me tell you. Remember I said Stefano died? Well, he died in a yak accident. Yaks are very stupid animals. His yak saw a pretty little female yak. Well, he starts chasing after her, but he loses sight of her. And he just keeps running, and Stefano can't stop him. And you know what that yak did? He ran right off a cliff. Goodbye, Stefano.
Rest in peace, Stefano.
That is quite a story.
No kidding.
But no, driving cars is it's not hard. They give them to 16-year-olds, so it can't be too hard.
Yeah.
But they've come a long way. Power steering really helps because it makes it easy to steer.
Right.
So it's not hard at all. But you do have to be very careful.
They're very dangerous.
I mean, you do have wrecks. I had a wreck one time. So
I've been in wrecks before. Well, we'll transition into the listener questions we've gotten, and the first one's from Galaxy Explosion 1451 on SoundCloud, and that is Arden Collins. She said that we could tell who she is. So she asked, if you could go back in history, where would you go? And I'd like to see kind of the birth of the nation. I'd like to see George Washington and how they were as people. You know, we can read about them and everything. Assuming we can't go back to Jesus' day, of course. But
yeah, I was actually going to say something about that, going back to Bible times, but I guess since you're eliminating that, no, I really, I'm not just saying this, I really agree going back to I was actually thinking about that today, what it would have been like to live at that time,
right,
in the forming of a nation, and just how brilliant those guys were in the government that they set up. Right. So, what do you think, Sebastian?
Oh, I don't know. We don't know much about history in my country. I just get through the day.
I guess so. Well, Matthew brought the question, what is your favorite Disney movie? We may have answered this before, but my favorite's probably right now Beauty and the Beast. I'd really like that movie. It's a tale as old as time, right, Garrett?
Really? You like the Beauty and the Beast the best?
That's what I'm going with right now, yeah.
Does Marvel movies count as Disney? I mean, Disney owns Marvel.
All right, that's fine. Whatever.
Civil War. No, but my favorite real Disney movie would be, I guess, have to be Toy Story. I really like Toy Story, but I mean, it's hard to pick a favorite, but Toy Story would probably be.
The Lion King's up there in my mind.
Yeah, Lion King. Yeah.
We don't have Disney, but I know the movies you refer to because I listen to the podcast.
There you go, Sebastian. Well, I have a question that I decided to bring to the show this week. We're breaking new ground today.
Oh, man.
It's Thanksgiving time, so I was wondering, what are you thankful for this year, Garrett? And we can kind of go back and forth.
Amber.
Right.
I
knew you would say that.
Yes. Yeah, definitely Amber. But my family, I'm thankful that I was able to buy a house. God blessed me with the ability to do that.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty good year.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, those are the three main things.
Yeah, I would, of course, be thankful for Alyssa very much. She helps me get through the day and makes my life a lot better. So, thankful for her, thankful for my family. And I'm also thankful for the ability to go to college and learn to become a PTA, go on that career path. That's been a great blessing. It's been a challenge, but it's been a blessing. So, what about you, Sebastian?
I am really thankful for Zach the Yak. He is my companion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. Well, let's see. We got an iTunes review, another one, and this person, I actually don't know who this person is. I have a couple ideas, but it could be that we actually don't know you personally. If we do know you personally, please let us know. But the username is Ace23. And the title was Need More, and gave us 5 stars as well. And this person says, kudos. We have listened to all 10 so far. My family has enjoyed the clean travel entertainment. Bonus is that it squashes most of the sibling arguments for a time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it had also ignited lively discussions as well. Personal note, my favorite was when you tackled hard topics like you did with Isaac. Keep up the good work. Look forward to more episodes. And a big thank you to that person, whoever you were, Ace23. That means a lot to us. And we will have more deeper topics here in the coming days. Along with that note, go on iTunes and give us a review if you would. And that really helps us out. Subscribe to us on that. And see if we can build a bigger community. That would mean a lot to us. Like us on Facebook, and if you listen to it all and enjoy, that really helps us out. Follow us on Twitter and interact with us on there. Let's see, what are we missing? Oh, I know what we're missing. The best advice in the world. This week we got a suggestion. How do you best prepare for a job interview? And I guess, why don't you take it?
I think the main thing is to not know anything about the job that you're going to. Go into it with a fresh slate, no clue what you're getting into, and just surprise them with your knowledge.
Right.
Just your general knowledge of things,
Right,
right. That's got to be the best advice.
Be authentic.
Be authentic. I mean, who needs to know anything about the job?
That's right.
You can do it.
I would say that don't show up on time for the interview, because you want to show them who you really are. You're not going to show up on time to your daily job anyway, so don't show up on time to the interview.
Don't be dishonest about it.
Exactly. Yeah, don't be somebody you're not.
Exactly.
So that would be the best advice in the world of how to best prepare yourself for a job interview.
We do not have job interviews in my country.
What do you have?
A shovel. That is it.
Okay. Well, I can imagine that would make for a hard day at least.
Oh yeah, we are turnip farmers.
Turnip farmers, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
We love the turnips. Turnips and yak's milk every night.
I'm not a big turnip fan, Sebastian, I must say.
Me either, really.
Well, in closing here, we want to thank Katie for her awesome work. Quick note about that, we may have some changes coming to the show, so look out for those. She does a fantastic job, puts up with me trying to do the kind of give her what's in my head, and that's hard to do. So
You're
she
tough
does
to
a
put
good
up
job.
with, for sure.
I am. We want to thank Kevin for helping us record our jingle, and is going to help us record some music here in the future, so big shout out to him. We want to thank Justin and Steven for their jokes this week. That helps us out a lot, and we really appreciate it. So good work, guys. We want to thank our editors, Caleb, Joshua, and Corbin, for their help. Caleb does a lot of just the day-to-day editing, but Corbin and Joshua really help us out. So big shout out to them. Thank you, Corbin, for coming back and being in town and showing up for this recording. So we've missed you, and I hope you're doing well. We want to thank Sebastian for coming to America and finding the time to join us. So thanks, buddy.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, well, we've enjoyed having you on the show, buddy.
Yeah, it really has been a really interesting experience.
No kidding. We can say that for sure. I personally want to thank Garrett for joining me with this on this project and being my buddy in this, bouncing ideas off of one another. So that's been a lot of fun. And of course, we want to thank you, the listener, for joining us today. You give your time to listen to us, and that means a lot to us. Remember to stay upside up in this upside down world. Be the person that God wants you to be, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Adios.
Bye.
Now, Sebastian, here in the United States, we recently had our own presidential election.
Do that again. You stuttered at the beginning.
Now, Sebastian, here in the United States, we recently just had our own presidential election. We elected Donald Trump to be president of this. Start over. My love is purer than the snowflakes that fall in late December, and honest as a robin on a springtime windowsill, and longer than the song of the whippoorwill. You might need to redo that one.
Okay.
No, wait.
Ow.
Well, Sebastian, it's been great to have you with us
It really
today.
has.
It's been so good. You can't cut me off like that.
I gotta talk. I didn't know what you were gonna do.
I said I would pause.
He is speechless.
Very nice hair.
It's good to my. Oh.
She went way up yonder past the caution light. Don't know why, but something felt right when she stopped and asked Miss Bell for some of her sweet tea. Mama gave her a big old glass and sent her right back here to me.
No comment. What does this butt mean? I don't know if that's funny or not.
Yeah, that's good, dude. That is good work. All right, y'all ready? We need some music, sir.
I have music.
I'm nervous. I'm about to throw up.
Are you actually sick to your stomach? A little bit.
Loosen up. It's fine.
Give us those tunes.